Today, just before our meeting with the folks from the Arsenal over at Columbia High School, I did a quick press conference on an item that I think is vital to parents' attention. It's Senate Bill 190, and Rena knows wherever you are, Rena. What's the name of the House bill?
I think it's HB 254.
254, HB 254. It's a very short bill. Recommend folks take a good look at it. It has two parts. One pertains to standards, and the other one pertains to data. And so what that would mean for our school system is essentially we've made about a $40 million investment in our curriculum in the last 2 years, and that would all be for naught. We would have to undo everything we did because we would not be allowed to have materials that are aligned with the Common Core state standards. So 47 states have agreed on a set of standards which were reached by business leaders and leaders in higher education as to what our K-12 students need to know by the time they leave senior year of high school. And those standards are vital because we need to be pointing at something. Imagine an organization with no objective. That would be us. And we need very high-level objectives because our kids are competing with folks from Korea and China and Germany, and they're serious about education. And we have any number of firms. I participate with the Chamber of Commerce and the city in making proposals all the time to businesses to come here and set up shop. And way up the list is always K-12 education, and then community colleges and higher ed sort of fall in line. And they're very interested in what are our standards. The Arsenal is very interested in what are our standards. Those kids, military kids, are moving all over the world, all over the country. And, you know, quite frankly, they want to know when they're coming to Alabama, what are the standards? And when we say they're Common Core, that settles them right down. Now, the ACT Quality Core exams we're going to be administering in May and April. STAR assessments we administer every 9 weeks. Components of the IB program and many other things are all aligned with the Common Core standards. So everything we're doing would become illegal the day this law passes, and if it passes, it'll pass in the next several weeks. So in the middle of a semester, in the middle of an academic year, everything we're doing will be illegal, and we'll have to stop. No, there's no, I'm not looking for interruptions. So that would be the end of that. And the digital curriculum we're in, part of the advantage of that is if somebody makes an improvement in Massachusetts to a component of digital learning that's aligned with a set of standards, we don't have to pay for that again. It comes here and it's already been bought and paid for in Massachusetts. If we want to become an island in education, all under our own, we will have to pay for everything that's created. The texts, the curriculum, the digital components, the tests, the formative assessments, everything. That's just not the way to use our money wisely. Part two is we would no longer be able to collect and retain longitudinal data on students. Longitudinal data means we're looking at your student over time. So we're very interested in their growth. We would now have no idea what their growth is. iNow collects longitudinal data. So the data you find in the student information system we have that you have passwords for, called iNow, would become illegal. We would not be able to put any money into maintaining that or operating it. Renaissance Learning, which has longitudinal data on your students' progress in reading and math, we would have to stop funding that and stop using that data. I don't see how we could participate in ACT testing, so I don't know how your children will get in college because that retains longitudinal data and is also aligned with the Common Core. SAT, AP, IB, you name it, it'll be done. This bill, nobody consulted this superintendent from this area about whether this was a good idea. No, I don't know of anybody in my staff that was consulted. So I am thinking this is about as bad as you can do for education, just about as bad a deal as we can do for our kids. So I would recommend just quickly go and Google these things, SB 190 and HB 254, quick reads. We had our attorney interpret it. I read it and said, does it really mean this? And our attorney said, yes, it does. And so I'm going down on Tuesday, I think, to meet with folks and see, you know, if there's anything we can do about it. I know our state superintendent's working on it. The other superintendents I talked to today, David Copeland and Dee Fowler, we're going to go to work on this thing. But we just don't need this. The calendar bill is nothing compared to this.
Are you meeting with our legislative delegation to talk to them?
Yeah, sure, if they'll open their door.
We need to put that together.
Yeah, we're going down there.
Friday or Monday.
Okay. The board is adjourned. It's all the business. We're going to take a 5-minute recess and to hear some citizen comments. But thank you all for coming.